Hello and welcome to this video. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. As you all can see, the topic is what does Quran says about the book of Moses. So let us know about it. What does Quran says and what we are listening from the most of the scholars and what actually Quran says. Was he given the Torah and what is the reality of it? Quran mentions the word Torah more than 16 times in the whole Quran. And not a single verse is mentioning the word Torah with Moses. All of you, those who will reach my video, they can join and you can subscribe for the future notifications. Whenever I will be online, you can join and have a question. With proof, you can verify from the Quran. I repeat that Quran mentions Torah more than 16 times in the Quran, but not a single time it mentioned with Moses that it was given to him. So let us start with Bismillah, A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitanir Rajim. I seek refuge from the Satan, the deceiver. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In the name of Allah, the most merciful. Now, if you have an application or the Quran is in front of you, you can open the chapter 3, verse number 3. نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه وأنزل التوراة والإنجيل. He has sent down upon you the book with truth, confirming what is in between your hand, and he has revealed the Torah, the law, and the Injil, the good news. This is the first verse which says, Allah has revealed the book with truth, confirming that which is in between your hands, the Torah and the good news, Injil. Another verse of Quran, chapter 3, verse 48, is also mentioned the word Torah. وَيُعَلِّمُهُمُ الْكِتَابَ وَالْحِكْمَةَ وَالتَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ. And he will teach him the book, the wisdom, and the Torah and the Injil. Allah is talking about the Jesus. Allah will teach him these four things. Our topic is what was given to Musa. If you can open the chapter 2, verse 53, you will see that وَإِذْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَالْفُرْقَانَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. Allah has given to Musa the book and the criterion so that you may be guided. Those who are reading the book, that you may be guided. Allah given the book and the criterion to Musa alayhi salam, so that we will be guided. These are the two things which are described in this verse, chapter 2, verse 53, which says Allah has given to Musa the book and the criterion so that we may be guided. Now you might come to know now what has been given to Musa alayhi salam. Another verse of chapter 3 verse 50. مصدقا لما بين يديه من التوراة وإحل لكم بعض الذي حرم عليكم وجئتكم بآيات من ربكم فاتقوا الله وأطيعون. And confirming what is in between his hand from the Torah, make lawful for you some of what was forbidden on you. And I have come to you with a sign from your Lord, so fear Allah and obey me. Who says this? Jesus, Isa alayhi salam. Another verse in chapter 3, verse number 65. Ya ahlal kitab, lima tuhajjuna fi Ibrahim wa ma unzilat tawrata wal injil illa min ba'dihi. Afala ta'kilun? O people of the book, why are you arguing about Abraham alayhi salam while the Torah and the gospel were not revealed until after him? Then will you not reason? Another another chapter 3 verse number 93 also mentioned that كل طعام كان حلالا لبني إسرائيل إلا ما حرم إسرائيل على نفسه من قبله أن تنزل التوراة قل فأتوا بالتوراة فاتلوها إن كنتم صادقين. All food was lawful for the children of Israel except what Israel has made unlawful to himself before the Torah was revealed. Say, so bring the Torah and recite it if you should be truthful. The word Torah means literally, the meaning of Torah is the law. Those verses which are the law is called the Torah, and we will confirm it through the ayat. And another chapter 5 verse numbers 43 mentioned that وَكَيْفَ يُحَكِّمُونَكَ وَإِنْدَهُمُ التَّوْرَاةُ فِيهَا حُكْمُ اللَّهِ ثُمَّ يَتَوَلُّونَ مِنْ بَعْدِ ذَلِكَ وَمَا أُولَئِكَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ. But how it is that they come to judgment while they have the Torah, in which is the judgment of Allah, in which are the commandments, the hukum of Allah. Then they turn away after that, but those are not believers. Allah says, how they can be judged over you while they have the Torah, in which are the commandments of Allah, the judgment of Allah. So here we come to know that the Torah, in which are the commandments of Allah, is called the Torah, the law. Another verse, chapter 5, verse 44 mentioned that Inna anzalna tawrata fiha hudam wa nur wa yahkum bimaha nabiyyun allazina aslamu lillazina hadu والربانيون والأحبار بما استحفظوا من كيف كتاب الله وكان عليه الشهداء فلا تخشون الناس واخشون ولا تشتروا بآياتي ثمنا قليلا ومن لم يحكم بما أنزل الله فأولئك هم الكافرون. Allah says, indeed we have sent down the Torah, the law, fiha hudam wa nur, in which is the guidance and in which are the guidance and light. Yahkum bima nabiyyun. From the Torah, nabiyyun is in plural. In Jama, more than one prophet they order from the Torah. Yahkum bima nabiyyun allazina aslamu. So this verse also is the evidence that from the Torah, all the prophets judge, because the Torah, literally most of the scholars are not translating this, but the Torah means the law, from which, in which are the guidance, in which are the judgment of Allah. So from that, all the prophets who were submitted to Allah give the judgment from the Torah. This is also the evidence that all the prophets were given the Torah, and from which they judge between the people over which they used to differ. Surah Maida, chapter 5, verse 46. وَكَفَيْنَا عَلَىٰ آثَارِهِمْ يَا عِيسَى ابْنِ مَرْيَمَ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ وَآتَيْنَا الْإِنْجِيلَ فِيهَا هُدًى وَنُورٌ وَمُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ مِنَ التَّوْرَاةِ وَهُدًى وَمَوْعِظَةٌ لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. And we sent following in their footsteps Jesus, the son of Mary, confirming that which is in between his hand, confirming from the Torah. وَأَعْطَيْنَا Injil, and we gave him the Injil فِيهَا هُدًى وَنُورٌ, in which is the guidance and the light. And confirming وَمُصَدِّقًا لِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ, confirming which is in between his hand, min at-Tawrat, from the Tawrat, وَهُدًى وَمَوْعِظَةً لِلْمُتَّقِينَ, as guidance and instruction for the righteous. Chapter 5, verse 66. وَلَوْ أَنَّهُمْ أَقَامُوا التَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ وَمَا أَنزَلَ إِلَيْهِمْ مِنْ رَبِّهِمْ لَا كَلُوا مِنْ فَوْقِهِمْ وَمِنْ تَحْتِ أَرْجُلِهِمْ منهم أمة مقتصدة وكثير منهم ساء ما يعملون. And if only they upheld the Torah, the law, the gospel, the good news, and what has been revealed to them from his Lord, they would have consumed from above them and from beneath their feet. Among them are moderate community, but many of them evil is that which they do. Another chapter 5 verse 68 was قُلْ يَا أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ لَسْتُمْ عَلَى شَيْءٍ حَتَّى تُقِيمُوا التَّوْرَاةَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ وَمَا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ. This verse also mentioned that the people of book, if you did not establish the Torah and the Injil, you are on nothing. Lastum ala shayin, that means you are on nothing if you did not establish the Torah and the Injil. So if you attribute this Torah any other place except Quran, then there must have doubts, because the Torah in which are the commandments of Allah, so that should be inside the Quran, because we before we came to know that inna anzalna Tawrat yahkum bima biha nabiyyun, from which all the prophets give the judgment. So Allah says to the people of ya ahlal kitab lastu ala shay'in hatta tuqimu at-Tawrat wal Injil, you are on nothing, O people of the book, until you establish the Torah and the Injil, وَمَا أُنزِلْنَا إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ, which has been revealed from Allah. So that means we have to accept that these are the attributes of the book which are inside the Quran. If we will not accept this, then we are against the Quran, because we have some beliefs we adopted in our life, in our iman. Those are not in the Quran. As I mentioned, Surah Baqarah verse 53, which says, وَآتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَالْإِنْجِيلَ. We have given the book, uh, وَآتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَالْفُرْقَانَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. We have given the book and the criterion to the Musa alayhi salam, so that you may be guided. Quran does not support which we say. So another verse of chapter 56, chapter 62, verse number 5, Surah Juma. Masalul lazina hamilu tawrata summa yahmilu ha kamasalil himari yahmilu asfara. Bisa masal qawmil lazina Allahu la yahdil qawmuz zalimin. And the example of those who have entrusted with the Torah, then did not take it or it like that of a donkey who carries volumes of the book. Worst is the example of the people who deny the signs of Allah, ayats of Allah. Allah does not guide the wrongdoing people. So the example of those who have carried the Torah is example like a donkey who is carrying the volumes of the book but don't know what is in it. Quran did not confirmed what is the belief, but Quran says which is we have been programmed to believe something which is not exist in the Quran. And if anybody visit this video and they have some evidences to prove that, so they can join here. Topic was, what does Quran says about the book of Musa alayhi salam? Let us start from the Quran. So we came to know not a single verse of Quran mentioned that, not a single verse. And the name of Musa alayhi salam is mentioned in the Quran more than 133 times. And with him is Surah Baqarah 2 verse 53 mentioned, وَآتَيْنَا الْمُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَالْفُرْقَانَ لَعَلَّكُمْ تَهْتَدُونَ. And we have given the book and the criterion to the Moses, to the Musa alayhi salam, so that you may be guided. So we have to think about it and read the Quran by ourselves. And another chapter 2 verse 87, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ وَكَفَيْنَا مِنْ بَعْدِهِ بِالرَّسُولِ وَآتَيْنَا عِيسَى ابْنَ مَرْيَمَ الْبَيِّنَاتِ وَأَيَّدْنَاهُ بِرُوحِ الْقُدُسِ أَفَكُلَّمَا جَاءَكُمْ رَسُولٌ بِمَا لَا تَهْوَى أَنفُسُكُمُ اسْتَكْبَرْتُمْ فَفَرِيقًا كَذَّبْتُمْ وَفَرِيقًا تَقْتُلُونَ. Here also mentioned that, and we have certainly given Moses the book, but the translator has put in here the Torah. Even the word Al-Kitab is mentioned as Alif Lam Mim Zalika Al-Kitabu La Rayba Fi. Same word is mentioned here, but the translator has put the word Torah, which is not mentioned here. As I already said that the word Torah is mentioned in Quran more than 60 times. And where Allah is talking about the Torah is specifically mentioned there. where Allah mentioned book, so we have to say book, not what we have been programmed. Chapter 6, verse number 154. ثم آتينا موسى الكتاب تماما على الذين أحسنوا والتفصيل لكل شيء وهدى ورحمة لعلهم بلقاء ربهم يؤمنون. And then we have we gave Moses the book, making complete favor upon the one who did good and a detailed explanation of all the things, and as guidance and mercy that perhaps in the meeting with their Lord they would believe. The word kitab, the word book is mentioned with Musa alayhi salam, but not a single verse I find out which says, وَإِذْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى التَّوْرَاةَ. But yeah, the verse which we read before I read that, which mentioned uh, Torah. إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَا التَّوْرَاةَ فِيهَا هُدًى وَنُورٌ يَحْكُمُ بِمَا نَبِيٌّ. From the Torah, all the prophets judge. And what is inside the Torah, also that I said, what is Torah? Inna anzalna Torah yuhakimuna wa indahum Torah. And how can they judge you? Nobody can judge you. The law. The Torah means the law. Judgment of Allah. The orders of Allah for us. فيها حكم الله ثم بعد ثم يتولون بعد من بعد ذلك وما أولئك بالمؤمنين. So after that, if they turn away, وأولئك بالمؤمنين, they are not the believers. We have to believe that Torah has been revealed, the law has been revealed by Allah, but from which all the prophets judge over the people what they used to differ. The by name Musa alayhi salam is mentioned more than 130 times, 133 times in the Quran, and sometimes it mentioned the book and the Furqan has been given to Musa alayhi salam. Sometimes a single book it said, and a lot of things. But the word Torah is not specifically mentioned with him. And we also can see Surah 87, verse number 19, which says, Suhuf Ibrahim wa Musa. Suhuf means pages, Ibrahim. The Suhuf of Abraham and the Suhuf of Musa alayhi salam, which is established in the Quran. وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْهُدَى وَأَوْرَثْنَا بَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ الْكِتَابَ. And we have given, certainly given Moses guidance, and we have caused the children of Israel inherit the book. The book is mentioned here also. Chapter 40, verse number 23. وَلَقَدْ أَرْسَلْنَا مُوسَى بِآيَاتِنَا وَسُلْطَانٌ مُبِينٌ. And we have certainly sent Moses with our ayats and a clear authority. Sultan is also mentioned with him. Chapter 32, verse 27 also mentioned that وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ فَلَا تَكُنْ فِي مَرْيَةٍ فَلَا تَكُنْ فِي مَرْيَةٍ مِنْ لِقَائِهِ وَجَعَلْنَاهُ هُدًى لِبَنِي إِسْرَائِيلَ. We have certainly given the book to Musa alayhi salam, so do not be in doubt meeting. And we have made the Torah guidance to the again the translator has put the word Torah, which is not there. Hudan Libani Israel, which is the guidance. The kitab we have given to Musa, which is the guidance. But the Torah is not here. Translator is trying to put the translation Torah, which is not here. So you have to be careful about what. And chapter 28, verse 43 also, وَلَقَدْ آتَيْنَا مُوسَى الْكِتَابَ. We have given the Musa the book. مِنْ بَعْدِ مَا أَهْلَكْنَا الْقُرُونَ أُولِي الْبَصَائِرِ لِلنَّاسِ وَهُدًى وَرَحْمَةً لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَذَكَّرُونَ. After we had destroyed the former generation as enlightenment for the people and guidance, mercy that they might be reminded. يَتَذَكَّرُونَ. So this was the beginning of the stream, and I hope I'm audible for the audience. Those who will reach the video later on, they can join this stream and have the conversation with me. If they can prove whatever they, but you have to be criterion, and you should have the criteria, which is the Furqan. Otherwise, there will be more arguments which has no benefit to us. So we have to discuss through the Quran, so which has no benefit, we can understand what is the originally mentioned in the Quran and what we are believing. Because the Quran is criteria. Quran will judge the good and evil. So I hope you like the video, and see you next time again to another series of this topic. Till then, take care. Assalamu alaikum.